Hey there folks, rinimt here and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last part we got back to Labyrinthos and, well, we need help with some adamantite and we're gonna go to the people who are going to short out and get it. Anyway, the job's too small. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we can do to be of service? Ha! You've already done more than enough. Bad to say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about elegant technology. You there, lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Only Master Coco knew how right he was. Well, he and Graha established a rapport. How we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement. That proposes not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of the First Integrated Expanse. And if nothing else, if he's twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, you're a bunch of helpful buggers. If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Shining Hammer is lousy with researchers and scholarly types busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Bye, Graha. And see? Paid off to get that etherite. I went the wrong way, but we won't speak of that. It's fine. Everything is fine. I am on the bike. Okay, I'm like making sure. Oh my gosh. I know you can get over that. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. Don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration a scholar Monteshane mentioned. We'll start asking around, ideally, without getting in anyone's way. Let's move on to Aetherite once our work is done. Alright, and we have a quest. Quests are just like, poof. Appearing now. Help him with the arc. Even with all the power Master Coco's managed to squeeze out of the ether burn, it's still not enough apparently. After the founders have arrived, horrible creatures running rampant all over. Why don't we begin the Exodus sooner? People are dying, there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan, and all will be well. Yeah. Pretty sure I saw a quest up here. Hello. Are you one of the new helpers? Working on the ether burner? Oh dear. Things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose out from my current duties, checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be crossed by misplace of you, legumes, or what have you. The form's got enough on their plate as it is, what with deciding who gets to board the Ark and when. Lots of powerful people have opinions about that. Ark goes out to Master Fortuno and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. They even have time to sleep. I don't know. Where's our third person? In here? Yes. Offering to help, that's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly a list of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose as our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear their lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. But they're enormous gloomy giants. Why, I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like that beheaded rabbit that ran by. Well, here's the thing. They're giant and enormous and scary. But we'll switch back to how the rabbit in a moment. Let's do this. Let the good times troll. No, I have enough trolling. Excuse me, ma'am. I can help but notice that you have a way about you that's listening. I have an affinity for creatures of the wilds. Since I'm never wrong about such things, might I trouble you? You see, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circuit, I came upon one who was sick beyond measure. I took the poor creature in at once and saw him healed, of course. When I attempted to return him to his rightful home, he flew into a panic as if he could not bear the thought of going back. To make matters worse, the troll saw fit to escape into a den of Analas. I would go after him. I'm so fumble-footed, I'll scare him off like as not. He torn limb from limb for my pains by the fiends. So I turn to you. Will you seek out this troll of which I spoke? I shall provide you with his favorite food, and with it, you should be able to calm the piteous thing. Hopefully that will be enough to see his senses restored and for him to come hurrying back. And though I shudder to think of it, if any of those fellow Nallas seek to impede you or pester that troll, make those beasts regret their interference. Oh, don't worry. You'll be rewarded for your efforts. With what, like 800 gil? I guess we have to get the current. But what, like 800 gil? Let's go. Let's go. Find this troll. There, where that troll is being hounded by a bunch of Nolans. Hello. How's it going? You all good? Was there another point for hunts here, or is it just the one? Maybe it's just that one. But anyway. Look, he's returned! I can't thank you enough. I know they may not look it, but trolls are really quite intelligent. Indeed, they are an intrusive part of the woodlands of Labyrinthos and keep it healthy and thriving. Though we have a responsibility to put down the more violent and unruly ones, most trolls, such as this one, are kind, docile things. In fact, my friend here has a real chance of becoming leader of his tribe, perhaps even guardian of the forest someday. It's already taken. It is we who saw these creatures removed from their natural habitats and relocated them within Labyrinthos. Thus, we have a responsibility to watch over them, to ensure they are well. It would be too cruel to dispose of one simply because they're under the weather. Oh yes, your reward! As promised. Now then, last time I saw this fellow return to the outer circuit. Farewell, adventurer. I didn't even look, it actually was 800 gil. Kind of funny, actually. It really was 800 gil. Alright. Fancy meeting you here, Arya. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is the Theorist itself, though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they were rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that's in repair and they're still not ready. Suppose we just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we were planning to do, until we chance upon Urianger and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaged in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? No. wise guides. Tour of Labyrinthos. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's Sparrow, would it be in our best interest to have the Labyrinths acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Charlian collaborators? Fear, however, their continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvelous idea! May we begin with that great big what's-it over yonder? Oh yes, the what's-it. I shall leave its explanation to Arya. That's all I say. Alright, great big what's-it. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous! Perhaps you could direct your attention to its most important features? Endeavors for potential points of interest. Oh gosh, I remember. Okay, so we got this talent tube. I guess. Is that water right here from inside that great big tube? It must be because of those constant gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it, too. Mushroom-like thing. It's very descriptive. It looks like the trees in Great Endvale. Hold on. That's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water. Start with the tanks. Tanks, cool. It's a little hard to see from here, but it's not a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks. I see through the window, and I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, it must be for purifying water drawn out from below. Well, if I were to hazard guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it! A design brilliant in simplicity. I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments, for us Loporits, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that people with theirs sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanalan are built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, or we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. There would not enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but would appear they rely on it far more than we'd anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in its first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for that feature during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel? Oh yes, that's absolutely splendid! Must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlian Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we have to bring the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice that many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Loporits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon me to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Nod and smile. more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come on, growing way to the water extraction. What's it? Oh. I just have to go out and survey. I can do that. I mean, it's not an escort quest, I guess. Excuse me. Gosh. Hello. Probably could like actually properly stuff. Oh well. It's fine. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction once is worth these harrowing experiences. I'll part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you. Wheels and France, by the way. Northwest. I guess I probably could have gone out the other door. It's fine! It's fine. And... there they are. Yeah, really should have just gone the other way, apparently. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. I just say this should not lie at the lips top. Pray, follow me. Alright. Marvelous! Simply marvelous! This is where the magic, or science rather, takes place! The perfect environment to sustain life artificially created! The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You are all very lucky that there's just so happy to provide everything you need to thrive. And mankind turn out that way because they are because of the available resources, I wonder. Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. Agriculture? Shock. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Mariel Agronomics. As I imagine Singing Wayne, the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus. Would thou be so kind as to escort our visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Orion was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention that theirs will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there's still time. Let's brook no further delay. Alright. Let's just go. This is the place, yes. The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I saw several different vegetables featured in their compendium. I dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they'd be willing to part with a few samples. Cooking away is now accompanying you. Alright. Thank goodness you can do this now. Okay. Oh, what a fun mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we can, to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, and then whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. And no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what we came to talk about, is it? Nah, nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? Oh my gosh, okay. Am I just not seeing the points because I'm so zoomed out, or? Yeah, I was not seeing it. I was so zoomed out. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes? Let's see if they're as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. It tastes as much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly giving me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion of grapes? I would not... Why are my options are I would brave the erupting volcano, meh, or they are terrible. Whereas my options are, they're good, but I'm not going to brave the erupting volcano. Fine, I guess I'm going to brave an erupting volcano over a toy sponge. So I want to choose the others because I like grapes. Yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. So I've got people stepping on to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Orange by name, orange by nature. Okay, first, the fruit of the color. Who cares? Let's eat. I feel like that might almost be an English-only thing. I'd have to... I don't know. Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour, as with the grapes, if nothing alike. I have to consult Uriange about expanding my vocabulary. Simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. It is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices. And each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there. So you're not gonna ask my opinion on the oranges. You're just gonna ask on grapes. Oranges are cool too. I much prefer juice compared to like actually having them, just because I don't like the mess. But I like oranges. The color, that texture. What are they? Some sort of enormous round carrots? No. In any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. It's so hard and flavorless. I may as well be chewing a piece of wood. And all but confirms it. These are nothing but more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop! Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it. Cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. And above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, if there is anything even more delicious, how about that yellow fruit over yonder? Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, no. Ugh, wondrous fragrance. With luck, it'll have a flavor to match. Because I have no idea how these are eaten. I'll just bite into it. Yeah, my tongue is just poison. A lemon? You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How could something so similar to an orange be so revolting? It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As the sun shines best call an end to this round of sampling, let's say our farewells and return to the others. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less of the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. And there was a lemon. The deceiver! I feel so violated! First time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one. So I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be remiss of me to spread this opportunity to... Oof, this came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin. Do your worst. This is delicious. Although I still detect a hint of lemon. It complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed it far better this could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes. Same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving, and what would be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporits, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to know about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly, and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable idea. It is a paradox of the immaculate carrot. Sleep foot, apparently. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the cost incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins! Or lemonade. Lemonade's really good. Pardon me, Aorsian, but what in the Sylvan Hills are you on about? And who are you, anyway? The cooking way, at your service! I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon! And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots! I've been growing all different kinds. Don't worry, there'll be one for your crops, too. We'll work together to preserve as many of various species as possible if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Well, this has been all highly productive, probably. Let's go and see if Urianja and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Bye! wish I had something sour here for that lemon bit. I don't have anything sour. I'm not a big sour person. I do like lemonade, though. And also, I'm more of a fan of lime than lemon. Sorry. I just am. I prefer lime. Was the most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for the cuisine? The Far East has oodles of noodles. Whether I had time to visit, the more I learn of the theorist, the more I wish I could spare it from the final days. Alas, Highland's orders are the fleet, not to resist. Only there was some other way. If only. Sage Council. Arya, I trust that time and Mariel economics did bear fruit. Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and ask for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let's return to Charlian Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every lawfare there. Should further questions within my power to answer arise. Aww. Hey, why don't we take Growing Way with us to whatever? By the way, 5 currents and 2 quests still. Well, 3, but 1's story. Yes, that was indeed me verbalizing aside to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for a theorist at Logistic and Alpha, that's why. Forest so lovely. So... Leafy! Are all of your forests like that? You should see the forest of the first. One was purple. Yes! Yes, I say! The star is so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. So fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous must it be you're trying so hard, yet achieving so little. How that all thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Thancred. How didst thou fare? I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here despite news of the coming in. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not, though aided by our goodly Growing Way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me so capable. I'm not sure I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him? as good a place as any. Come. Alright. We're looking. Okay. Further up. Really? Gosh. Dang it! This lack of flight thing. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me? Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, there's a sum of decades of Shaolin ingenuity that is built with peerless, elegant technology is all true, but I know, but none of that's a guarantee. We've never launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it in the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Etherburner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, but dost thou hold the power to allay his fears? Oh, I am not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you can tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatial temporal spell, to regulate the environment, but what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Aha! Gravitation! Maybe it can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate pieces... I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Finger's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon all operas to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Atheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Arya, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall wait them here that I might introduce each to a suitable operate. Oh boy, I remember this being a pain in the butt, actually. Oh, I do look forward to that. I will place for every operate and a operate in their place. Well, there's one right there. Yeah, I remember this being a pain to find all 8. Oh gosh, we're doing this again, aren't we? Thank you. Apologies, I'm waiting in delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. I'm too busy to chat for his benefit or otherwise. Yeah. Yeah. This might take a bit to find all of them. Okay. You? Certainly, there's no point worrying at this stage. It'll only make the concerned work go that much slower. Be coping well. It's literally the entire hamlet, so it's like, okay. Okay, hyperventilating, you need help. By the gods, my chest is tight. Am I dying? This is what dying feels like. You pardon me? I didn't see you there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. No cause for concern. If you don't need any part at any moment, if the hull unbuckles and understrain, the entire vessel may explode at launch, claiming countless lives and doing all of mankind. That's highly unlikely. Yes, very highly unlikely. Highly. Our visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say. Why, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Yay. One down. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground. 56 bunches of weeds. One out. Adds in mouth. 55 bunches of weeds in the... None of go up to you my duties, I swear! I was in need of a little break, you see, then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went for a walk, they noticed these weeds, and... Pleasant conversation, partners, and oh so fuzzy. Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax. Okay. You are not actual NPC I can talk with. Up here. There's one. There's two. Blessed assistants, where have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm that ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery. And it seems I shall have to do it so single-handedly, I swear, when I find those assistants of mine. Famfrits are willing to help? Why did you say so? At least they will know about how they checked 2 dozen times already. Haven't slept in weeks. Lazy sods. Right here. Yes, you idiot! Have you seen an envelope lying about? This imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without the bloody slip of parchment. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damned envelope, I doubt they'll be more help than you, and you've wasted enough of my time already. It'd be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the law prince. Aha! Ha ha! The end of the world is nigh! The work goes no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things, feasible one moment, other bullocks the next. And yet, I have never felt so alive. Unless beyond your help, only sleep can save her now. Sleep. I'm thinking about the medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and chirurgeons, but to imagine every illness or injury that one might face in the great expanses beyond any of us. Say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. The crew from the moon? Why did I not think of that? There we go. Actually, I have a method maybe. Is anything bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void since play piano. Play it as a piano. My feet and knees as drums and cymbals too. It's gonna seem fine if it needs a break. Just leave me in my misery. The floor I'm gonna point someone else. I apologize. I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know a starship pilot that I might speak with? Truly? Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. Got over. Wow. Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we might make it up there, but the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. Ask the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe while wandering through the sea of stars on God knows what's made by God's knows who. You mean to say I can speak with them directly? Amazing! I hope they like questions. Oh, they love questions. You're probably good, but we'll talk to you. Worries. I know I believe in plan, thank you. I make a party of my colleagues and it's helped a lot. Can't recommend it enough. Be sure has the support she needs. See, that's the kind of co-workers that are great. Ones that are willing to help you out. Okay, we need 2 more. Oh, God. Just gonna check back here. I feel like there was one more up above. How may I help you? My, what a lovely idea! I too noticed people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. I only tracked down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. I hope your plan to cheer everyone up goes well. Must be better than you are. What? I guess I'm stressing because I'm trying to find all these people. It's a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. Oh. I missed you too here. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! Perhaps I'm a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up there. Frog. Including the raw roots in the discussions is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will. Thank you. Perhaps your biology myself might offer some clue as well. Consider collaborators? I suppose that would be more effective than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips. Should the Ether brother make our original estimates unfeasible, but there are simply too many variables. I feel as if my brow will turn inside out. Perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. Yay! We found them all! We did it! There we are. Behold, Arya. Through thine efforts word has spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than we anticipated. Living Way doth gather more Labyrinths as we speak. We shall sign each in the corners with their skills, and new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee.
So much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Oh, Arya, be assured that I'm fine. I am. So glad to see them too after so long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. And I do think on that note, it's going to be a good place to call it now that we've had that feels train again. So, thank you for watching. In the next part, we will speak with Urianger again and see where we go from here. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoy it, consider supporting the channel. All this work really helps to keep being content like this and more. You can find links for that in the description below. Links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!